Firstly, I would like to congratulate the Center Maurits Kopiters for the initiative to bring us here. It's obvious that we have many differences in narratives, in politics and policies, but I think it's important to manage them in a logical and civilized way and to see if we can find any convergences. From my part, I would say that Transform has mixed feelings regarding the European elections. We have every reason to be happy because the power of the European left and GUE NGL in the parliament has considerably increased. And in some countries, with the special example of Greece, we had some parties that had an impressive result, I would say a historic result. But I think at the same time, we are very unhappy with the fact that the European Parliament now has also a big number of people, of deputies, who are, and from this moment I think that the first differences appear even on definitions. I was very happy to listen from the last speaker before me, for the only time, the right and the left. Until now, I was hearing that the populists, the Eurosceptics, and this is a confusion of definition. As far as we are concerned, what is very dangerous now in Europe is that, and we are not afraid to say that extreme and nationalist right, I mean, we must use this word, is increasing. And we don't like this. And coming back to the term Euroscepticism, I would like some people to try and be careful not to add things that are not comparable. For example, I have in mind a Deutsche Bank report which came out on the 21st of May, just before the elections, in which in the Eurosceptic parties, Syriza was added to Golden Dawn. I think this is a distortion of logic, not to say any other things. A party which has roots in Nazism to be considered to be under the same banner with a party which has one candidate for the European Commission is something that is not tolerated. So let's think about it and remember that the fact that the European project is increasingly being rejected, and we don't like this because we want Europe to stay here as it is, because a dissolution of the European Union at this moment will be disastrous for the people of Europe. The European project doesn't deliver to the European people, and we must find why. Finally, a last point is that I think that what happened in the nomination of the President of the Commission for us was a very good sign, because it seems that the ghost, I wouldn't say the ghost, the spectre of a possible European Parliament's revolt was present in the room of negotiations. And although we have very big differences with Karl Juncker, we are very happy that he was elected following what the institutions of Europe had promised to the European people before the elections. In that sense, we are also very happy that Alexis Tsipras also suggested that Juncker should be the candidate presented from the part of the European Parliament, and that this will of the people of Europe in the elections should not be ignored.